SPIL is a world-class leading provider of comprehensive semiconductor packaging and testing services. Our objective is to integrate SPIL into the global circular economy. In order to ensure a more sustainable utilization of resources, we believe a proactive attitude is required to reduce our impact on the environment. Hydroionic Envirotech developed our hydrometallurgical metal extraction technology with the goal of eliminating heavy metal contamination and providing a pollution-free global environment. In order to further enhance the economic value of traditional electroplating, we must make a concerted effort to reduce the environmental impact of our industry. The world has limited natural resources. Recycling and reusing the wastes from our manufacturing process conserves these raw materials while also reducing environmental pollution. This is a critical goal of major global corporations, and all world-class semiconductor packaging and testing companies are committed to achieving this objective. For 36 years since our founding in 1984, SPIL has provided packaging and testing services for semiconductor and integrated circuit manufacturers. Our clients are the world's leading integrated device, semiconductor design and fabrication, and wafer manufacturing companies. We have advanced engineering technologies, high-efficiency capacity allocation, and excellent customer relationships. Our many international locations allow us to provide services on a global scale. With the continual advancements in technology, SPIL is the first choice for clients looking for professional packaging and testing services. The chip bumping process uses nickel plating chemicals and results in spent plating solutions as a waste. Spent nickel plating solutions are separately collected at the source and introduced into Hydroionic's nickel recovery system. Ion exchange resins absorb all of the nickel ions in the solution. When the resins are saturated, technicians replace them with freshly regenerated resin columns. The nickel-saturated resins are sent to Hydroionic's recycling facility, where they are regenerated for reuse, and the nickel recovered and recycled. Hydroionic Envirotech invested 5 to 6 years researching and developing an innovative hydrometallurgical process for extracting heavy metals. The technology is now being used to assist Taiwanese factories in treating and processing their nickel and heavy metal contaminated wastewaters. Located in the Nangang Industrial Park in Nantou, this environmental technology company is using its proprietary technology to assist world-class semiconductor packaging and testing companies in recycling spent nickel plating wastes. They play a very important role in fueling the development of the Taiwanese circular economy. We install an ion exchange resin-based recycling system at the client's site. The system removes all of the heavy metals from the client wastewater. The processed water is now heavy metal-free and in full compliance with EPA discharge standards. As wastewater is processed through the system, the resins will gradually become saturated. Once the exchange capacity is fully exhausted, the saturated resins are transported back to our central processing facility in Nantou. Here we see a 330-liter ion exchange resin column brought back to our facility for regeneration. We use a chemical solution to strip all of the captured heavy metals off of the resin. Once the resins are completely regenerated, the columns are transported back to the client's site for reuse. While the regeneration solution primarily consists of nickel, our client's wastewater may also contain other metals such as copper, zinc, iron, manganese, and aluminum. The next step is to process this multi-metal solution through our patented core process technology to separate and purify the nickel. While the resin initially appears beige in color, as the nickel is gradually absorbed, the resin turns green. Starting from the top, the wastewater flows downward and exits as a clear solution. When the resin is fully saturated, we proceed to the regeneration stage. Firstly, we use sulfuric acid as a regenerant. As the sulfuric acid proceeds through the column, we can see that the nickel-saturated green resin gradually turns back to its original beige. The exiting regenerant has now turned green. The high-purity nickel sulfate solution generated by our core process technology undergoes a two-stage crystallization process to produce a commercially ready lithium-ion battery-grade nickel sulfate product. The metal processing and surface finishing industries in Taiwan are well developed. However, heavy metal wastewater has always taken a grave toll on the environment. Mr. Chen, manager of this electroplating company, has different ideas to improve traditional industries and enhance valuation. Before, we used a traditional precipitation system, which required the addition of chemical reagents and mixing to treat this wastewater. However, this process generated a large amount of hazardous waste sludge. Hydroionic Envirotech's resin-based system recovers the nickel and recycles it back into a raw material suitable for use in our electroplating solution. I believe this is the most environmentally friendly and economically beneficial solution.